Alright, so Anime Fight Club Week 2, we in this. Alright, so I'm gonna be hosting, air quotation marks, this discussion for at least the BTOOOM side of it, because that's the anime I actually chose. I chose BTOOOM. I should have tweeted that out as well, but whatever, doesn't matter. And general Anime Fight Club is we watch the first 3 episodes of whatever anime we want, and then we come together, talk about it and other things that are on our mind related to anime, conventions, and just other stuff in general. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna start off by saying, well, just like a quick synopsis of what BTOOOM is. It is an action psychological anime. Uh, I was actually on randomanime.org for about 20 minutes, just scrolling through anime, trying to pick one, and then I eventually went to the psychological category, and I'm like, you know what, BTOOOM, I've heard of that before. Seems pretty cool. I'm gonna gave a quick read. I'm like, you know what, that's the anime. Screw it. So watch BTOOOM. BTOOOM is about the main character Sakamoto. He is a top 10 player in the world at BTOOOM. Him and his team. He's like the ace of his own team. He spends all his life. He's basically a NEET playing BTOOOM. He tries to get a job at the company, but instead gets sent to this battle royale-esque island, reminiscent of like the Hunger Games and of course battle royale. And they fight with these things called BIMs, which is just the bombs that are actually used in the game BTOOOM. And there are obviously many different types of BIMs. And basically, it just goes through Sakamoto's kind of like struggle for survival, and it touches on some topics I'll ask about later. And yeah, so
Way to steal like half of my points. I wrote a list, and you mentioned about half of them already.
well, we can go through those as well more in depth. So I'm gonna start off by getting the others' opinions first. We'll go top to bottom. So, Farah, if you want to say your opinion on the anime first, the first 3 episodes, just like a basic overview, not too much going in depth, because we'll definitely go in depth later when we want to talk about specifics
Okay,
of certain
sure.
episodes and stuff like that.
Okay, so I did. I must admit, I started watching this quite late in the week because I had so much going on, and I was like, "Oh shit, I have to watch the first 3 episodes." I'm like, "Shit, I got to get this done." So I kind of watched them all last night, so it's quite fresh in my head. Um, so when I watched it with the dub, and I know I shouldn't have done that. I should have kind of stuck with the sub, but I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm too tired to even think about reading subs. So I just went straight with the dub. Um, it kind of reminded me of Sword Art Online, just the premise of the show, kind of thing. You know, the virtual reality and all that jazz. Personally, I wasn't really a big fan. It was really just like meh to me. I was just not, like Sword Art Online, as stupid as it is kind of engaging and captivating, and whereas this one was just like this this guy was entering this game of this battle royale, and I'm just like, well, okay, fair enough. I don't know if it's one of those ones where you have to kind of just keep watching, but the first 3 episodes didn't really capture my interest at all. Like I was just like, oh yeah, this is real, just like background type anime for me. Um, I don't know. It was just meh to me. I was hoping to enjoy it. Like, I love the opening theme song. I thought that was amazing, and I thought, okay, so it's got a good opening theme song. I can deal with this. But yeah, I don't know. It was just not. It was not, to my liking. Really, it's there, and I mean, if I have to watch the rest of the series again, I don't know if I would. But I'm glad I gave it a shot. Um, the voice, I mean, the dub for that one, was just it's a sense. Which one is it? Sentai Filmworks dub. Um, I don't know what it is with Sentai Filmworks dubs. Like some of them are really, really good, and then some of them are really, really shit. And I think with this one, I knew no one. I think I only knew like 1 or 2 people from the list of voice actors, and it was a lot of randoms. And I don't even think they suited the characters at all. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I was seeing myself watching it in its entirety and stuff like that. But I guess it's just it didn't really capture my interest at all. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Alright, I
Cool.
feel. Um, well, is Fiona gonna talk? I'm not too sure.
I think she'll type, so
she'll type. I can't.
I'll read them out.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Lana.
And we have Lana joining us. Hello, Lana.
Yeah, she's
Hello.
here. Hey.
Alright, well, while Fiona types it out, she can have her whole paragraphs ready at once.
So
Frankie, if you're actually gonna talk as well, what did you think about BTOOOM? Just like a general overview of it.
if she's there.
Does she have her mic working?
I don't know, I
Who
can't
knows?
hear her.
Hey, Frankie.
So Fiona's gonna type.
Yeah.
Just trying
Keep
to
going.
talk, but it's not working.
Like, yeah, Frankie's trying to talk. What happened to the first time, Frankie?
All right, why don't we move on to Hugh and then
Yeah,
Frankie can
let's move
kind
on
of.
to Hugh.
Alrighty, well,
And
this
then
is
let's keep it brief for now.
this is another one of those animes on my ever-growing list of. I don't know why I stopped watching this. Rewatching it again, I basically skimmed through the first 3 episodes because I'd already seen them. From what I remember, it's a very tries to get you shock value wise, which I don't think really works in a bit, and it just I don't know, seems very cliche almost in the first 3 episodes, which we can get into later. But it's like things happen, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. With shit. The second episode, how it goes into Himiko's backstory, I thought it felt like it was longer than it needed to be, but being a main character, it probably was good to have, to see how she sort of gets fucked over pretty hard. But yeah, pretty much just like Jordan said, it's a very Hunger Games, like, it speaks to me Hunger Games in a very different way, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what I feel that hasn't been covered. So
Alrighty. Lana.
Okay, do you want me to read out
Oh,
Fiona's?
yeah, Fiona's.
Okay, so I'll read out what Fiona wrote. So I watched it back when it first aired and had read some of the manga, whatever. So I didn't watch it again. I enjoyed it well enough. It was dumb but fun, kind of edgy in an immature way. I liked the voice actor work in it for some reason. They felt really natural, like real people. The voice actor for the main dude is an actor who at the time hadn't had a voice acting role, but I thought he did a good job. The other thing is, and she's put a gif of
and I'm playing that GIF on loop for the video.
and yeah,
Yeah, it's an impact beam reflecting off her boobs, which
Yeah.
isn't in the top in the first 3 episodes. I don't think. I don't remember seeing it.
No, it's not.
Oh, it isn't. But
uh,
you know what? The gift is top quality regardless. It appeals to all actual boob physics, and the fact that an impact grenade won't explode on boobs, obviously, because there are no impacts on boobs, obviously.
Boobs are too soft
Oh
for
my
your
God.
puny
Too
impact grenades.
Too soft.
Oh my god.
Batubes. Yes, batubes.
Batubes. I like that. That's good.
Yes.
Batubes.
All right, Lana, if you're ready, and here.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you up real quick, but go ahead.
Just tell me when you can turn me up.
Yeah. You good?
All right. Yeah, I liked the show. I got really like Mirai Nikki vibes from it, like from the first couple episodes, probably because it's like a survival
Yeah.
game thing. But yeah, like Fiona said, like it just seems kind of dumb and fun. Like, it doesn't seem to be something that you should really take seriously. I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion to the show. Like, it's okay, but yeah, nothing really to talk home about, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel. Nice and brief. Scott, man. Alright.
Yay, lucky last.
Lucky last.
Still has to do it too, so you're second last.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't really enjoy it. It's the first 3 episodes were kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's nothing to really sort of draw me in to keep watching it. And some of the plot lines through it were just so stupid. It's just,
Who watched it in dub and who watched it in sub? Because
so yeah, I watched it in sub.
okay, because I did dub.
It was I just found it really boring, pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel sub would probably be better than the dub for this anime at least.
I think so. I think this would have been one of those ones where you definitely have to watch in rather than dub. I can't believe I'm saying that, but for this show, I think yeah, definitely in sub. Fiona said the big fat older guy is voiced by my fave VAs. Who's that?
Anyway,
Frankie, what's your thoughts on it?
Who's the actual voice actor? I think she means. So you mean for like
Oh,
the actual real life voice actor?
oh, okay.
Or did you actually not know who the fat guy was?
No, I wasn't too sure.
Kind of hurt.
The track,
There was, like,
the
2
track
fat
and
guys.
field guy, I think is who she's referring to.
the fat guy
Oh.
named by Kiyoshi. I actually wrote that down.
Oh.
Organization.
Boom.
Alright,
Thank you.
Good job.
Frankie, is your mic working or is it still having trouble or not gonna talk?
Can you
go.
type?
No, even me here.
It's wanting to talk, but it's not letting you talk.
Not letting her talk. Can you type, Frankie? At all?
Nah, Frankie's dead.
No.
No.
Frankie's not dead.
She's typing, so she's around. She must hear us.
What's like the circle's turning green, but very briefly.
Yeah. So
Technical difficulties.
that happens. Technical difficulties always happen.
Yeah, it's working before. Rest in peace.
So general consensus, you reckon? Should we do
John
like a
still
rate
gotta
out of
talk.
10?
I haven't said my thoughts about it.
Oh shit, you haven't too, have you?
I
Stop
haven't.
cutting
Yeah.
in.
You shouldn't a new word out of 10. So my thoughts on BTOOOM. I liked it personally, not because of the action, because what it went through, what it made the watcher, well, the viewer think about during the anime, or at least what I thought about during the anime. The first 3 episodes, to me, from a plot point, weren't very gripping, but from an emotional point were. I felt like that it really questioned someone's personal values, which I'll go into more later, and also how how the one thing can change someone's outlook, or like one rule, or depending on how you're living, can change someone in a drastic manner. So yeah, that's my little thought about it. Rating. I'll rate it like, I want to say a 7 out of 10. Yeah, like I said before, we'll go into more detail about the anime. And Frankie says the first 3 episodes felt like a setup, which seems a lot for a short series. I believe BTOOOM is 2 seasons, by the way. I'm not too sure. And Sakamoto is a bit of an idiot, not rare for a protagonist, but I couldn't believe he didn't know about the countdown on the bombs. That said, I found it interesting enough. The opening was great too, and I'm 7 markers I'm working now. Seemed okay before. Also, Frankie, quick note that he did get tased in the head, high voltage, so he actually forgot everything that had recently happened, and only remembered the general idea of BTOOOM.
Yeah, but you see a scene where he looks at the bomb counting down.
It's like you mean the first scene?
He's a little daft.
Yeah, when he accidentally activates it, he doesn't know what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like
But
looking at the countdown.
And you can see it counting down.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, I felt like he should have known after that first bit anyway. Alright, so a couple of things I want to touch on. Firstly, the whole idea of a battle royale show is to obviously pit people against other people, and the majority of the people don't want to be there. Like, they just don't want to be there. They don't want to fight. They're all pacifists. And obviously Sakamoto is a very big advocate of this. So is the fat guy. What are your thoughts about like how people can change? Because I know Sakamoto is like obviously very adamant about not wanting to fight, but Himiko, I think her name is, yeah. As soon as she kills that first guy, her outlook on life completely changes. She has a very terrible stigma towards men after obviously what happened to her. Like, who wouldn't? And she sort of finds justification in her actions of killing him because what he did to her. And obviously, there's some other people in the anime who just outright kill people. And yeah, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how the whole battle royale genre, or like how you feel like the anime made you think about the characters and what you'd even do in the situation.
Oh, sorry. You go.
I feel it's hard to tell because me personally, I haven't been in a life and death situation, so I don't really know how I would react in that. But given there's this group of 20, I think, or roughly, that people who are not so much taken, but put on this plane, like, and then pretty much told, now go kill each other. Like, that would, in your brain, you're just like, what? And then sort of as you come to the realization, you would realize that if you want to survive, you have to kill. And obviously some others have harder times. But I think with your example of Himiko killing the rapey guy, I think...
I don't think he's dead.
What?
I don't think he's dead.
I can't remember, but yeah, whatever. That guy. Or who she killed beforehand. It's like, I think in that moment, that's when her brain realizes that, oh shit, we can do this. We actually are able to kill other people. Like, shit, maybe we will survive.
Yeah. Like, it's moments like that where it's such commonplace in societies. Well, not commonplace, I want to say, but it's not far-fetched because things like that happen. Like,
Well, definitely not anymore now. Like, I just feel like that's coming up soon. Like, the
The Battle Royale.
the battle royale, pretty much. Like, I love shows like that. I think they're great. Like, I think that's why I kind of love the Hunger Games and the actual original battle royale Japanese movie and stuff like that. I think that they're really, really fascinating, and just that dystopian type of reality, and this could happen in the future kind of thing. But it has to be done to make it believable, kind of thing. Like, I keep comparing this to Sword Art Online. I don't know why I'm doing that, but at least with Sword Art Online, it's scarily how it's actually happening now. Like, we've got those VR portable controllers, and we've got these virtual realities, or these virtual games that we can enter and things like that. Like, this is not something that's you know impossible. But I mean, I think with the battle royale type stories, they have to be relatively believable. Like, BTOOOM is pretty believable in that sense, I suppose. But it just wasn't captivating enough for me to like go, whoa, this shit can happen kind of thing. Like, I was like, okay. Um, on saying that though, is there a battle royale, like the actual battle royale, anime or anything like that? Because I'm pretty sure there is something like that, but I can't
Possibly.
recall what it was called.
Just movies and
Oh, it's
manga.
just the movies. Okay.
Alright.
See, I would love to see that in anime form.
Yeah.
That'd be really good
Yeah, that
because
would be
it could
pretty
just
good.
go a bit further than what the movies and the manga could as well. See, it's just asking to be happy. Fiona's saying it right now. It's only and the original novel and spin-off novel. So for me, it could happen. But like, like shows like Attack on Titan and things like that, that's like that's bullshit. Like, that, I'm saying that, what period is Attack on Titan? Is that meant to be like the future? Is that meant to be like the past, or is it just
I
like some?
believe it's old school European times.
So
pretty sure.
okay,
Because I know it's set in Germany, or I think it's around Germany, which is why, in my opinion, the dub's better than the sub. But we're talking about BTOOOM here and not Attack on Titan.
yeah, no, sorry
Go into
about
that
that,
later.
but
we can touch on that later, definitely.
yeah.
But
Yes, those are my thoughts. I mean, if you're doing a battle royale type story, it's got to be done well. Like, it's got to, hit the emotions and get to you, kind of thing. Like, you want to feel for those characters and stuff like that.
yeah, and like BTOOOM, the premise is there and it's all good, but the fact that they use bombs to fight, in my opinion, makes it so hard for everyone to relate. Like, I can definitely feel for Himiko, like not on a personal level. God, no, I'm not empathizing with her, but like rape and stuff like that intense stuff happens in society like almost every day. I want to say, I don't want to say, but um, and the fact that people like Himiko can just get this immediate stigma or like kind of like a phobia of just like men or like certain people just from one interaction with them. And I'm like, don't get me wrong,
Scum squish.
I'm not saying, oh, don't worry, if you get raped, you should not be afraid of men. Like you have all right to be afraid of men.
Oh, that's a real.
Like I'm not saying like don't be, but it's definitely believable if someone had that happen to them and more like ill men, I don't want to be near them type of thing. Like that to me what stuck out the most. Like these characters as a whole, they go through things that are definitely different and really couldn't happen. But if you break each situation down as well, it makes it so that you can actually kind of relate to the characters and just like think, could this like not happen to me, but like can I see myself in a situation similar to this? Like I know with Sakamoto wanting to be the best in the world, wanting to get a job at his favorite company, like sure that's any kid's dream right now. Like I'd love to be a professional gamer, just chilling, playing the game I love, or even working for the company that makes the game I love. And he definitely wants that, but instead it gets turned around on him, and he's become the Katniss of this show.
It's a good way of looking at it, actually.
Yeah, which in my eyes is really the reason why I liked it more than probably what you guys did. I'm not saying like you guys didn't. Oh, you guys look at it in such a critical way, blah blah blah. Like no, that doesn't matter like that. But that's what I got out of the anime, and I'm going to try to go back onto this show for the main reason about that kid in the end of episode 3. Can we talk about that kid? He's like 10,
Yeah,
setting up
that looks
traps.
interesting. That does
Yeah.
look interesting.
He is 10, setting up traps and just brutally killing everyone, just non-stop. Like, well, actually, no, he kills one person right now, but I feel like he's just gonna slap everyone around, bam, bam, bam. Just like he's gonna fuck shit up, And that's what got me as well. That final scene with him. That I want to say, it's definitely not euphemism for like this symbol motif for this, but that kids can be just like so impressionable and it's like a change immediately, like snap after snap after snap, like boom, like they have like very little mental fortitude, and they can just do whatever's needed at times, depending on who they are, obviously. But I believe they're more impressionable to be able to fight each other to live, or at least put in some justice situation and be like, you're a kid, what are you going to do? And they'll probably do what the people want them to do. So, like, yeah, any thoughts on that? Like, was like episode 3 in general, like, or the kid? Because once I said everything about the kid, that was necessary. Definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts.
Well, nothing really stands out from that episode, really, besides that ending. Like, it's like, oh, cool, there's like, they find out how they can get food, and then it's like, just adds another element to the whole survival thing. It's like, oh, if we don't go and kill and fight other people, then we're gonna die from starvation. Shit.
Yeah, and the whole food transportation idea is the same thing. It's generic. It's kind of hard not to be generic, to be honest. Like some things you have to stick to and true. The battle royale themed anime. Also with episode 3 as well, what stood out to me is that it kind of teaches you there's more than meets the eye to a certain person, because that fat guy doesn't want to fight, but he also plays that very strong mental game with Sakamoto. Do you guys remember the conversation they had?
Yeah, about not showing each other the bomb collection.
Yeah, like I felt that was like super smart of the guy. Like you wouldn't think of him being so intelligent, but he does say he's a real estate agent, so I feel like that he would have a lot of people skills and know things about people, which Sakamoto does acknowledge. And yeah, I and it's another reason why I like this anime decently.
This is the difference there, is it's like, Sakamoto and Himiko can, like, they're both, what, like 17? No, Sakamoto's
Uh,
22.
22.
So, young adults. Like Sakamoto's never had a job, so, and then you meet this adult who has I wouldn't say, no offense to any real estate agents, but not a fantastic job. But, like, they're definitely, he would look at him like, man, this guy's got his shit going. Like, he knows what he wants to do. Like, he knows adult. He is an adult.
He knows adult.
He knows the adult world. Yes. Is there anything else to go over? I feel like if you guys don't know, that Himiko is the girl he meets in the game. I'm sure that's been
That's the
yeah,
beginning of
that's
episode
established
2.
on episode 2, yeah. How do you think they'll play out? Because do you reckon it'll have like any significance to the story,
It'll
or
be like any anime,
definitely.
really.
Yeah, bit of generic that they fall in love with each other and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
What I have written down here in quotation marks is fated encounter. Like, of
Yeah.
all the people to
And-
end up in the game,
And
it has to be
the
her.
classic half-naked encounter as well.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that
Oh,
scene
she was
pissed
basically
me
what he
off.
was.
How did she not realize he was there? He was on the fucking river when she arrived there. He was passed out on the river, and she didn't notice he was there. And then gets upset when he is there.
But that's your token anime though. Like, oh my god, why are you why are you there kind of thing? Like, you can't not have that scene in an anime. Like, it's your token girl gets surprised that the guy is there kind of scene. Like, how many scenes have we seen? I mean, how many animes have that exact same scene? So many.
Yeah.
It's your token scene. You have to have it.
I agree, but at the same time, this anime seems to be, at least from the first 3 episodes, it's trying to pitch itself as being somewhat serious. So then, just having that scene in right at the end of episode 1, it's just like, what? Like, okay,
Yeah.
seriousness gone.
Yeah. Well, I guess it kind of stems onto episode 2, given her backstory, giving that she has an already formed relationship that she doesn't know about with Sakamoto himself, well, his in-game wife. But the fact that Sakamoto doesn't remember anything, in my opinion, will play a great part in their relationship. Just because I think like they won't hit it off because they know each other already. If they do meet again, which I'm sure they will, because like my anime list says it's a main character. I feel like they might have some sort of like impasse difference, blah blah blah, or Sakamoto will try to win over her to get food and supplies because that's what he saw in the first place. That's what he wanted from her. And in my opinion, also Himiko's reaction was absolutely perfect. Like, I'm not saying surprised anime guy. Oh no, I mean like they're building the hatred of guys even further because she looks at him and he looks 20, 18 even maybe. We can go with that. And it's very similar age to what she is as well. So the fact that her reaction is that to everyone shows what mental damage that one guy did to her, and which will play obviously a big part in her viciousness towards the end of the anime, in my opinion,
Totally.
as well. Yeah, like I feel like Himiko's 15.
Yeah.
He's 22. Oh. God,
Japan.
Japan.
Japan with your legal 13 years of consent. Gotta love
Whoa,
that.
is it 13 over there?
It is.
Oh dear God. I didn't realize it was 13.
Oh God. Yeah, it's
Oh,
13.
The more you know.
man.
And it's funny
Jesus.
because
And for
40% of
guys?
them 13. It's 13. It's funny how like most of them.
Wow.
Well, isn't that an urban legend? I don't. I can look. I looked it up on Google, and yeah, I feel like it. I feel like it shouldn't be, but I feel like it is as well. Knowing Japan, like
No, I just looked it up on Google and it is 13.
it is 13. There we go. Easy.
So that
Easy
explains
money.
how they can get away with so much shit on their anime then. Because
Yeah, because
technically they're
lollies are
legal.
illegal. Lollies are
Although
illegal.
it is dependent on the prefecture.
Oh. So that has an effect on it.
And I think it's age of consent if you are also under the age of 18. But that's
Yeah.
different.
Wow, that yeah. Poor kid then. Like she's a kid. She's only 15.
I mean,
Shit.
they aren't gonna do anything. I hope.
Well, who was having this? I think it was you. Was it you, Scott? We were talking about the Sword Art Online and like whether or not like
Yes. Yeah, that's
Chibuko
right.
and Asuna actually did it in the game and like how old they would have been when that would
Yes.
have happened. And
Yes, they
And
did it.
wouldn't
They
have-
must. Yes.
No, they didn't.
Oh, I want them to.
raise of hands who says they have, and a raise of hands that said they didn't do anything.
Press
didn't
one
do
for they have.
anything.
I think they did.
I mean, again, we're still talking about BTOOOM, so
Well, yeah. Okay, what does Fiona?
personally,
Fiona.
I don't think they did, given how awkward they are with each other still.
Well, Fiona coming
True.
in with that clutch, Japanese laws saying that penal law regarding sexual assault is defined as statutory rape, or gokanzai is what it's called. This law protects every individual who's less than 13 years old. Juvenile Obscene Act, which is a law that protects minor from unethical relationships and protects individuals who are under the age of 18. That's called Inko Jore. I don't know how to pronounce that. I probably butchered that. And Minpo, Minpo, I don't know. Is a laws which regulate civil agreements among the citizens, but also defines everyone the age of under the age of 20 as juvenile. It protects the rights of the parents and its families. So there we go. Like So Japan knows what's up, I guess. And I have lollies shaking their butts on my screens because I put on an opening and it's just a bunch of lollies in gym clothes. Great. I'm gonna fix that.
Also, another fun fact is they can get married at 16 with parental consent.
As well, like if you get consent at 16, you can get married.
That is what I just said, yes.
Not that people should get married at 16, but
Oh, hell no.
apparently you can. I think it's a very religious thing as well. Like religion plays a big part in those type of relationships. But
But just in general.
yeah, I don't think 16 is a good age to be married.
Yeah, like,
Pretty much.
like even
Shotgun wedding.
it's for. Oh, sorry, go on, Scott. If you guys say anything.
No, it's the same shotgun wedding.
I feel like that whole thing is portrayed in anime very well, but I know anime isn't obviously reflective about Japan as a whole. But if they put it so much in anime, I want to say it's like a little bit a part of the culture that the women want to get married and they want to just be a housewife from a young age. Because like every high school anime has got that one girl like, I want to be a housewife. All right, that's not a job in the like money making sense. It's a job in like the family sense. But you know, I'm not gonna diss on your.
You're treading down a dangerous path here, Jordan.
Yes, that's why I broke it up. That's why I broke it up. I'm gonna say it's not a job, but it is a job still. It's a job regardless.
I know what you mean. Are you trying to say like a career as opposed
Yeah,
to like
career.
just staying at home?
Yeah. Well, staying at home and being a housewife is a job, not a career, which is all right to say, I guess. Like, unless you make money from it, like, is there
Shit.
a thing that wouldn't that make it a career?
What if you having kids just for the sake of having kids?
No, being a housewife.
I
Okay.
mean,
I guess that'd be more of being a maid then. This is not BTOOOM. We're not talking about.
I think we've moved on from BTOOOM,
I
to be
feel like
honest.
we
So.
Oh, final closing comments on BTOOOM then. And then we can
2
move
out
on.
of, okay, I'll start. 2 out of
Okay,
10.
go.
2 out of 10 didn't really capture my interest. Maybe years down the track I might come back and watch it, but at the moment I'm just like about it. So 2 out of 10 for me.
It's really low.
Pretty low for me.
Pretty low.
I would have given it like maybe a light 7, I guess.
A light 7.
Is that a hard 6?
Well, definitely a 6, and maybe lightly touching on 7. Depends how it
Alright,
goes.
it's like a 6.9.
6.99.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, whatever.
Alright, Hugh. Final verdicts.
I would say, yeah, probably a 6 out of 10. I think they missed some opportunities to draw people in. They're drawing people in from the character backstories where, I don't know, there could have been more, but I'll probably finish it.
Yeah, right. Scott, my man, what's up?
Based on what I think, I would say probably a 4 out of 10.
Alright.
Just because, yeah, it's the 3 episodes are not attention worthy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure BTOOOM is the second season as well, so it obviously is a slow pacing anime. I'm assuming.
For a 12 episode season, 3 episodes wasted on this character building is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true. Fiona rates it. The game has only just begun out of 10. Is that like a 7? Is that like a 7? Yes. Okay, it's a 7. All right. Fiona gives it that solid 7. A light 7.
Light 7.
A light
that's
7.
Scott.
Scott, a light 7.
It's 95% fat free.
Fat free. Yeah. All right, Frankie. What is your verdict?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yay!
Oh, good. I don't know about a rating. I'm really bad with ratings, but I feel like because the first 3 episodes seemed like an extended setup, I want to watch more just to see where it's going.
All right, yeah. I definitely want to watch more to know what's going on because I feel like Himiko's storyline did drag on for a bit. It seems kind of cheesy, but it also plays onto BTOOM's themes towards her anyway. So yeah, like how they all got raped and then she gets raped. Karma.
Well, she didn't get
Like,
raped.
yeah,
She was
touching on that, yeah. Her friend is a fucking cunt.
Oi.
Yeah,
Isn't
like I mean, okay, real quick.
Who sells someone out like that?
Himiko did the right thing. Like, save yourself.
save
Because
yourself so you can save others.
yeah, I don't think she called the police. I don't know she did. I think I'm pretty sure she called the police. The police found him.
Yeah, because when
yeah.
you see it run out,
Like,
it comes
what?
up with
And then
Yeah.
her friend
What
still
did you
blames
have?
her because it actually happened.
yeah, because apparently it was
Well,
her
actually,
fault.
she set it up. She set it up.
Yeah.
She did. But like, she didn't know. It wasn't her fault.
Also,
She's a girl.
sorry anyone listening for my language. I tend to do
Yeah.
that.
We're Australian.
Oh,
It's
gee.
only stereotypical. It's only
True.
stereotypical of us. So yeah. My verdict. I give it a light 7. No, I give it a solid 7.
Poor Lana, man. That's so wrong.
I liked it, and I'm just gonna say I liked it because, from what I basically, if I were to say why I liked it, I'll be rehashing everything I said before. I think on to what Frankie said, yes, I definitely want to watch more of this. I want to see how the story progresses. 3 episodes definitely isn't enough, just for us to get a proper understanding of it. So I feel like this is one of the animes, kind of like maybe Dead Man Wonderland, I think, where you can't watch it simulcasted. Because I watched Dead Man Wonderland 5 episodes straight, and I'm just like, I could not have watched this simulcasted, kind of thing. And do you guys have like that one anime that you dropped during simulcast but went back to it just because you didn't feel like it was doing much for you at the time, and you went back and watched it all at once and like, oh my god, this is actually really good, kind of thing.
That's going to be a few of them this season, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have a few.
Yeah, like you guys know what I mean when I say this is one of the animes where simulcasted would have got a poor audience. I want to reception. There we go, reception. But coming back to it as a returning watcher, or even someone who's just watched it after it's finished simulcasting, I feel like this anime would be quite enjoyable to binge at least, and to also just to enjoy it in general.
Yeah, it definitely suits itself to being watched episode after episode after episode.
I feel like I'm pretty sure Yuri Yuri did the same thing. I've seen like 4 episodes of Yuri Yuri, but I've heard that Yuri Yuri was one of those animes that like you had to watch at once, and like a lot of it, and you had to take it all in.
Oh, I totally agree with that. I 100%, because I haven't actually seen it before until a few months ago, and I always kept putting it off and things like that, and it would have frustrated me if I had to watch it week by week. But I was so glad that I could watch it as like a chunk of like episodes and stuff, because you get to that point where you're like, I really want to watch the next episode because it's just so damn funny. Like you just don't want to stop watching it.
Yep.
I like especially season 1. Like season 1 was just absolutely classic. I don't even think I've seen an anime that just hit so many comedy points like that show has. And
Yep.
I mean,
Awesome.
season 2 was pretty weak in comparison to season 1, but oh my god, I would have been so frustrated if I had to watch that week by week. It's kind of like the same with Konosuba though.
Yeah.
Like I love watching that, but like last week's episode was just pure shit. Like I was just like, is this the same episode we were like, same quality episodes that we were watching like the last 4 weeks and stuff? Like it just something went like dumb, and I'm just like, really, this has happened now, like in the 5th episode. Like I don't know, but yeah, it would. Konosuba is one of those ones as well you have to watch in the chunk, but because I love Konosuba, I'm watching it week by week. So
That brings up a good question, actually, which I've sort of thought before. And thing is, like, do you think anime changes meaning to you if you go from watching it week per week to watching it all at once?
It allows you to absorb more of it and just let it retain to you, I guess.
see, I don't know. Like I was thinking about this about Flip Flappers actually. Like for me, I will eventually go watch it back again when I probably get it like on Blu-ray or something like that.
Yeah, I dropped
But
that.
it would have. I don't think I could just sit and just watch it in like thing because like Flip Flappers had that thing where it just like kind of kept wanting you to watch more and more and more. Like you had to keep going. Like it just was on the edge of your seat kind of thing. Like, and it worked better as a weekly thing. And I think that's the same with like Scum's Wish as well. Like if I had to watch Scum's Wish in like a whole entirety, it would be like I
Eh.
would be
Up
hating it so much.
Well,
But
yeah. Well, I wouldn't
but
hate it, but I definitely feel where you're coming from.
no, I would be so emotionally drained just from one sitting, pretty much. Like I think things like those shows need to be broken up week by week. But I think anime should be watched as a binge as well. I don't. I'm on the fence on that. It's hard.
Yeah. Another show, in my opinion, that should have been watched week by week. My friend and I, this was her first anime. This was a gateway anime. All right. So it was simulcasting during was the last season? I think it was last season. It was during last season, and 5 episodes had came out already. And I was like interested in this because it got heaps of hype around it. And I wanted to watch it at the start, but then it wasn't what I thought it was, and I stopped. We watched the first 5 episodes of Yuri on Ice. All right, Yuri on Ice. And for that whole thing, it was definitely like hella emotional. But watching it week by week was so much more intense. That like what Fiona said, like she couldn't have watched Guilty Crown in one go because the fandom each week was what made that show, and I agree. Like the Yuri on Ice fandom was so funny. It was so cool. And just like, oh my god, freaking gay on ice, yes. And each week is just like more tension and more tension and more tension and never resolved. And I'm like,
And then it got to
oh,
11 and 12, and then you were like, I really wasted my time watching this
I
series.
didn't waste. I did not waste my time. There was no time wasted on Yuri on Ice. Yuri on Ice
No,
was
I think
absolutely amazing.
for
I love
me,
that.
Yuri on Ice, as much as I love it, it peaked big time at episode 10, and it just didn't have that same momentum that it should have had all the way to the end. Like, I hate when an animes just suddenly get to this peak at like just before the ending, and they just can't like finish it off the way it should be. And I hate to say it, but Flip Flappers did the exact same thing. I mean, it gave a definite ending, but it just peaked so bad. Like, it would. I think it peaked for me just before like the final, because I reckon the final battle between Mimi and the girls was actually like an hour episode. So I think they've kind of split the 2 episodes apart. Um, yeah, it just for me it peaked just in the middle of the series, and that's not to say like all the episodes were bad or anything. They were great episodes, but it just when it peaks, it just I don't know. And I hate to say it, same with ReZero as well. It peaked like I still think of the episode when Beetle comes in. Like that episode to me was just a piece of art. Like it was just so good. And then you get to like the episode where there's Rem and
I've only seen up to episode
Subaru.
17 with spoilers, please.
So I think that one was episode 15 from memory. I think the one with Beetle was introduction and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And that to me was just unbelievable. That
Yeah, that was
episode.
a really good episode. That's one of the only episodes I do remember. Because
Yeah,
it's just so
it's
impactful.
it's memorable. It's so good. And then you get the Rem and Subaru episode, which again was pretty memorable. But then it just was like, it just got to the end and you're like, I can't wait for season 2, but where's this kind of going kind of thing. So anime has that thing of like peaking, and I'm scared for like Scum's Wish it's gonna peak, and I don't want it to peak because it's one of those ones that it shouldn't peak, but Yeah, I don't know. It's a worry with anime at the moment that they're just peaking too quickly
Yeah.
and not, continuously following it out kind of thing.
Scum's Wish makes me peak every week.
Oh, good God. I
Anyway,
should have
Lana,
expected
Scott,
that.
thoughts?
He's cool.
On
What do you gotta
what?
say about anime and how it should be watched, or what anime should be watched at certain times? Blah blah blah.
Well, yeah,
Depends
my
on the
original question was, do you think it changes meaning going from week per week to a binge?
If I binge something, I always binge it in dub because it's just easier to watch.
Yeah, I feel.
Week by week, I gotta be really invested into the show, or else I drop so many.
Yeah, it's kind of like me as well.
Like last season, I think I picked up 5 and dropped them all.
Oh god.
I have dropped so many this season. I've only just kept up with like 2
Mm.
or 3, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. I haven't
I haven't
picked up
even
any
kept up
this
with
season.
Blue Exorcist.
I dropped Blue Exorcist after episode 2. It was just, I was just, nah. I mean, even like the Revenge one, and the only ones I've kept up with was like Fuka, Scum's Wish, Konosuba. Those are the 3 I've kind of kept up with. And I'm at the point now where I'm ready to drop Fuka as well because it's just so. Uh, it's one of those ones where I should be watching it in dub, not in sub, basically.
It takes that effort to watch anime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
it's a worry.
Mm.
Lana, Frankie, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with Fiona on some.
I think it depends on the show. I lose a lot during the season because I watch too many, and so then I spend a lot of time catching up and watching episodes close together. And I think if it's a really strong storyline, that works well, whereas other shows that just like Slice of Life that are really generally more contained, so they last better week to week.
Yeah, I could say that. It's definitely very story dependent. Like, if the story drags you in, like, again, going back to Farrah's flip flappers analogy, like, at least for us, like, it drew you in enough that, like, you'd be waiting for the next episode. Whereas, like, a Slice of Life, you're like, if I miss an episode, if I miss this week, it doesn't matter, wait, whatever.
Yeah. Actually, funny thing about Flip Flappers, I was watching episode 5. I was in the middle of episode 5, right? So stuff was going down, and I actually said this to myself: why am I watching this? And I turned off I closed the iPad app, and I did something else. I'm just like, for me, Flip Flappers was very hit or miss, and during episode 5, I missed it a lot.
Flip
And I
Flappers had
and I
that thing
ended
where
it.
it had certain episodes which were just unbelievable. Like episode 3 is really memorable for me. Like it had that whole Mad Max thing. The episode, funnily enough, the one that you were saying, Jordan, episode 5, that was brilliantly done. Like, it actually freaked the shit out of me watching that one.
Was
And
that is it
the,
the house one? Or was that episode 4? Like the school?
it's the no episode 4 was the one where they were kind of getting to know each other. Episode 5,
Was it Bell
creepy,
Tower?
the creepy school one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I
but
think
for me,
beat
the
it
episode that got
halfway.
to me was the bit when they had that flashback with like Mimi and Salt and Paprika, like the older Paprika and stuff like that, and it was like, holy shit, what's happening now? Like it just came out of nowhere, it just hit you, and you're just like, what the hell? Like, what just happened, kind of thing. And I mean, I was like flipping like literally flipping out just watching that episode, and I was just thinking, no anime like since watching Madoka has done that to me, and it was like, whoa, like, but then yeah, flip flapping out Farah. But yeah, I think for me it was just the anime that I wanted for so long. It hit all those points. It like just that shock value and that awe value, the design value, and I don't know. It was just it didn't get the love it deserved last year. That's my theory. I can see why people would get frustrated with it, and it's definitely one of those ones where you just have to sit and watch. And same with like Fiona said, Occult 9 as well. That didn't get the love it deserved. I think because it came out at the same time as Yuri on Ice as well. Like no show could compare. It was just like Yuri on Ice. That was it.
What else
So,
did come out with the year and I?
Flip Flappers, Yuri on Ice, Occult 9.
Uh,
What else came out? See, that's the thing. Like,
Is that the Magical Girl
yes.
project one?
See,
That was good.
I like that one. Not many people did. I really like it. It was one of those ones where like, oh, people dropped it after 3 episodes, but if you kept going, it was really good. That's what I'm thinking. That's the other battle royale type one actually, because they had to fight to like stay alive, and thank God it got the ending it did, because if it didn't get the ending that it should have, like where it was going, people would have raged so hard. Because
I wouldn't have. I would have been happy.
really,
Yeah, I don't know why everyone loved that girl so much.
I think because for me it was like her story seemed more. The main girl was like, she was
Yeah.
there kind of thing. But like this one had like, drama to her life kind of thing. And she was kind of redeeming herself, and she was becoming better and stuff like that. So I think that's why people kind of really liked her. I mean, I loved Alice's character. I think she was great. But she wasn't on there for long enough. So yeah, I loved that one actually. That was a really good series. But that's the thing. That series season was. But yeah, I can remember watching a lot of shows that season.
Well, there was Izetta, Kaijo, Magical Raising Project.
Kaijo, yeah, I watched that.
My Wife is a Student.
Season
Becomes
2.
president. That's
Oh my God,
that's an interesting one.
That's an interesting one. Indeed.
Actually, one I really enjoyed, which I didn't think I would, was Scorching Ping Pong Girls.
I didn't watch that one, and a lot of people said it was a really good series.
Also, Bloody Balls
Quite
came
enjoyed
out.
it.
What else came out in that season? I can't even remember.
Girlish Number, Kiss Him Not Me.
To Be Hero.
Really good. Kiss Him.
To Be Hero was brilliant, man. That was so good.
A massively underrated one. March Comes in Like a Lion. I love Girlish Number 2 episodes. But yeah, a Nanbaka as well.
Nah, I hated that one.
That came
I dropped
out
that after one episode.
I liked that.
What?
Not enough to
Really?
continue, but I'll go back to it one day. It was fun.
I enjoy it.
The one that everyone was like, oh, I was hoping it had some promise, was Bloody Wars. I was so disappointed. Like,
First episode was so good.
And then the second episode was just amazing, and then the third episode happened. I was like, yeah, no,
yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah, I remember
so
we
with
dropped
that.
it at the same time.
Yeah, I was just so disappointed. I was like, yes, I proved you guys all wrong with the second episode. It was damn good. And then the third episode happened. Like, great. Now I have to like bite my tongue and say, yeah, I dropped it too. That annoyed me because that had such an epic opening sequence as well, and it angers me that show was shit. But you do get those doozies in a season, so
yeah, I feel. Also, one anime that is apparently super popular that I wanted to watch, but it's the 5th season of it, and I might end up watching the whole thing.
JoJo.
Natsume's Book of Friends. Have you even heard of that anime?
Never heard of it.
No.
It is a top 50 anime.
Really?
That's not that hard. There's a lot of anime.
A top 50. Like, Natsume's Book of Friends, I think it had 3 seasons in the top 50.
Yeah, it's got that really smug looking cat.
Yeah.
The smug cat.
Also, I'm not sure. Yeah, Kiss Him Not Me came out. Sound Euphonium came out. Season
I'm so angry.
That was good. I loved that.
Yeah.
I'm so angry with myself about the Kiss Him Not Me because I really wanted to watch that in its entirety, but I dropped it like after 2 episodes.
Classical Lloyd.
Yeah, same with Classical Lloyd
Classical
as well.
Lloyd is great. I love that.
I dropped it. All Out, which I want to finish, and also www.working, which is
I
a
love
spin-off
that
to
one. That was good.
I
That was
didn't
so
get
good.
into that one.
adaptation. It's an adaptation of the second season of Wagnaria, I believe.
Yes,
There's about
it
4
is.
seasons of it.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
similar but different characters, so it was too weird for me.
It's
I
kind of like
loved
the
it.
Only Guide Teacher kind of thing, because I know there's one anime in Only Guide Teacher that's a spin-off, but not related to it as well. So similar characters. I can look it up real quick.
What else came out last time? It was Flip Flappers Dream Festival. Garcon Handsome. That was
I have
good.
the whole list. I have the whole list
Izetta
with
was
me right
great.
now.
I'm glad that picked up when
Yeah,
it did.
Zeta.
Yeah, that was so good.
The Digimon Universe app monsters came out.
That was alright. No,
Bujuki
last season had some damn
Buranki.
good shows. Like
It had some good ones, but it had a lot of trash.
it had a lot of
Which
trash.
I've
Yeah.
noticed in the past few seasons that there's been some really good ones, but then there's been a lot of like ones where you go, why is this even a thing?
Oh, how many times have I said that one? Jeez.
I know,
Sexy.
too many.
Too many. Like, what was the recent one that was so bad? Like, I can't even remember it. It's just terrible.
Well, okay. I'll tell you guys. Have you guys ever heard of Only Guide Teacher?
It sounds familiar
Yeah.
to me, but I don't
Please,
think I've seen
please,
it.
teacher. Please, teacher.
Oh, is that on Anime Lab?
It is.
It's like an oldish show.
It is.
I think I struggled to watch the first episode.
Same here.
Well, I loved it personally, but it's called Ano Netsu de Maturu. It's not related to Only Guide Teacher in terms of name, but it's meant to be a spin-off towards it, which I find interesting. Also, there's like 2 OVAs of it and a second season with different characters. I'm like, alright, that's cool. And yeah. Also, have you guys seen Bubuki Buranki?
I saw the first season.
Can we like talk about how bad that is?
Oh god.
Yeah, I didn't
Because
really enjoy it.
it's. Can we talk about that season in a whole? Had the first season of Bubuki Buranki, right? That season had itself, Endride, I believe. Had Haruchika, which is alright. Alright. I dropped it though. It's alright. I believe it had Luck and Logic. Did it have Luck and Logic in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Hatsukui Monster, which is
Are you talking about the second season of Bubuki Buranki?
no, the first season, which is
First
called
Love Monster
First
pissed
Love
me off so
Monster.
hard. My god. Oh,
It's terrible,
I raged after that one.
and it had Non 9 in it.
Oh, that season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, that was a good season. Let's be honest. It had freaking Orange and it had
yeah. I never watched Orange, but
Orange
yeah.
was
91
amazing.
days.
91 Days was great. Oh,
Actually, I think this season has 91 days in it as well.
dub, not the sub. The sub was incredible. I loved 91 Days. That drew me in each week.
Yeah.
And it also had ReZero.
Of course, ReZero.
And
Do you reckon that's going to get a dub? ReZero?
no.
I hope not.
I don't know. It seems popular enough that it could get one.
I don't think popularity is everything to a dub.
I can't imagine it in a dub.
See, I can see it happening. I don't know why. Because it's one of those ones that's just so damn popular that it could get one. I'm just crossing my fingers that it's not a Funimation one. I don't want Funimation to take reins of that one.
Yeah.
That to me should be like a LA dub or a New York dub, not freaking Funimation at all. Funimation will just stuff up. I feel like Funimation's stuffing up all the dubs at the moment. Like it's just the same voice actors over and over again. Like there's no difference. It's just the same old, same old. It's annoying. I hate this deal that they have with Crunchyroll because, for one thing, we don't even get the freaking dubs, and it's just the same actors again again, like there's no difference in them at all. At least
It's a little hard at the moment though, because I'm pretty sure it's still going. It's the voice actor strike.
no, that only is affecting the video games. It's not actually affecting dubbing.
It's
Like,
affecting any unionized voice actor.
see, that's bullshit. Really, that's the bloody Texas can get
Yeah.
away with that shit, but LA and stuff
Is that
can't.
why Tales of Berseria was so bad? Ha ha ha, kidding.
It is shit. No, don't even say it is the worst. I'm so disappointed with that. That should have been really good, like just from the
The main
animation and
character.
stuff. But it's just so
Isn't the main
poor.
character one of your favorite voice actors? I see
Yeah,
you talk to
that's
her a
the
lot
thing.
on
It
Twitter.
should be on which one?
Twitter, Sunderica.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
She
it
tries too
should.
hard to be edgy. I'm not sure that's her or the director's fault. I think it's the director's fault.
Yeah, I would say director.
Yeah. But I don't know. Watching Gigok play it, and it was alright, but yeah, the voice acting was really weird.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like the LA dub voice actors in comparison to say the Texas one. I mean, there's some good Texas ones, but they kind of moved to LA themselves, so it's like, yeah.
Alright.
For me personally, I do love
LA
Sentai dub.
is the hub of America.
Yeah, well, there
Yeah.
you go. But in terms of dubbing anime and stuff, Texas is anime central, kind of the hub for anime, because they've got
Yeah.
Sentai and Funimation there, so they can do a little bit more as opposed to LA and New York. New York used to be the first one. New York was the original dubbing crew until they kind of moved all around to Texas and LA. I mean,
Alright.
if you look at some of the classic animes, they're all dubbed by like the New York crew, and they were some quality dubs, like really good dubs. But you don't get that anymore. You just get the same old voice actors that don't hit the same mark as they used to, kind of thing. I think that's why I'm turned off a little bit now with dubs. Like, I used to love watching dubs, but now I'm just like, there's no difference.
You
It's
sort
just,
of realize how often the same person is in each show.
yeah, no variety. Yeah, exactly, Fiona. There's no variety. Before, you used to have like, oh, yeah. And she says like at least the Japanese voice actors have more range, and I agree now.
I can see how it's not an easy job because you're still trying to portray the same emotions that are in the original recording, and it's a copy is never as good as the original. So
Yeah.
True.
Well, my 2 cents. I'm not really big on dub myself. I don't really care for it. But my one quarrel with it is Amagi Brilliant Park. My mate, he does his own thing on YouTube. Pika Cheeks. He does cracks and stuff. He's really, really good in my opinion. But he's making an abridged for Amagi Brilliant Park, and he's a massive
Oh my
fanatic
god.
on it. He loves that show. He will play that show. He used to play Steins Gate so hard. He will shove Amagi in your face. If you ask him what anime should I watch, he will say Amagi. That's what he would do. Amagi. But
I'm not mistaken, but didn't that get a dub recently as well?
yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Alright. So, there's a character, her name's Sylphie, right? And in the Japanese sub, you know what? There's one scene where I forgot the pink bear's name. I don't really know. I don't really care. Is like kind of listing them off, saying the names, and saying something about them. And Sylphie has a long ass ponytails, and then she says helicopter, but like in the most girlish, high pitched voice, like ditzy way. And you get the dub, and it's almost emotionless. It's basically emotionless. Like the dub to sub stuff doesn't happen. Like that's why I don't watch dubs personally, because I feel like the English voice actors can't get the lines right in terms of emotion, and sometimes they just sound really weird. Like to me, dubs. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist because obviously, like people like dubs. Some dubs are really good. I'm not saying all dubs are shit. Like Attack on Titan dub was really good in my opinion. Like it was so good, and also about the voice actors. They're really nice. Um, yeah, like it's just some dubs are absolutely stupid in terms of how they sound. Because to me, I reckon everything sounds cooler in Japanese. Like, can you guys agree with me? Like, everything sounds so cool in Japanese, and it sounds so much more dramatic and emphasized. And then you got English, and I guess that could be like, I'm not sure if that could be reversed. Like, if a Japanese person watched a English version, well,
Well, I wondered that
that'd be
with
their
Ruby
subs.
actually, because Ruby
Ruby,
is
yeah.
an English primary show, but it's based like Japanese, and apparently the Japanese absolutely love Ruby. Like they're obsessed with
Yeah,
Ruby.
the Ruby fandom is huge. Like,
Huge.
I've
So
watched the
I'm curious.
first volume of it. I like it. I like it a lot.
I actually didn't mind it. It throws you off with the animation, but the story itself is actually
Yeah.
really, really
It's one of the
good.
only 3D anime I've told. I'm going to say air quotes anime. Okay, air quotes anime that I tolerated in animation wise, but the story and everything about it was really good. I liked it.
The story was great. It was really
Yeah,
captivating, but the animation for me
I
was
wouldn't
just like,
consider it anime.
ooh,
Is that just me? No, because anime is Japanese cartoons, and sure you can base it off Japanese art style, but in the end, is Ruby actually an anime?
No.
Uh, Yeah.
I'd probably say no. I think it's just more influenced by Japanese culture kind of thing. I don't know. I think that's one of those ones where they want to be anime because it has that anime appeal, but you can't call it anime. So
If you're gonna call like something like Ruby or Avatar anime, then you may as well call like Panty and Stocking cartoon and stuff.
Yeah.
But wasn't Panty and Stocking like a homage to like Cartoon Network type stuff like
Yeah,
that?
it was, but it's still an anime, and I think if any anime fan, like if someone said cartoon about it, they'd blow up and get really angry.
Yeah. Oh,
I love Panty and Stocking though,
I
so
haven't
for
seen
me,
that. I haven't seen
I
both. I haven't
think
seen a, I haven't seen a lot of the iconic anime joke on here.
I think anime is more the style of animation than what it
yeah,
actually
because
is.
I mean you have to talk about Porter Robinson's work. Now that's
Shota,
anime.
Dream Machine, and apparently he's finally released. Oh, what chronological order the story happens in, which is cool. Don't mind. Pretty cool. He has a Spotify playlist of it. If you guys are interested in that on his Twitter, I don't know where it is. Probably buried in all his tweets now, but yeah, he's released a playlist. Like, this is how it's meant to go. Now stop blabbering about it. And yeah, I like Porter Robson. Cool dude. He gives me shoulder.
I don't mean to break into conversation, but I'm curious. Are we going to talk about Scum's Wish? Because I really want to talk about it,
I want to
I
talk
suppose
about
we
one more
could finish
thing.
with it.
Um, one more thing. Do you guys use My Anime List to keep track of stuff and you leave ratings on your
Bye,
stuff? Kind of
Fiona.
thing?
I used to, but not anymore.
Oh, bye,
Yay.
Fiona.
Have
Yeah.
a good sleep.
Have a nice sleep, Fiona. Thank you for staying with us.
Normally I don't use my anime list just because I can't be bothered.
Yeah, saying just too much effort for me.
I use it because I watch too many things and I need to keep track.
Yeah, I feel. What I was gonna ask is, what animes have you scored 10 out of 10 on it? Because I've scored about 5, 6, 10 out of 10s on my anime list. And
Well,
some
that's
of them
hard
are just
because
me.
there's so many that I could rate 10 out of 10. But I mean,
Yeah.
for me, last year there was 3 for me that were definitely 10 out of 10, and or maybe 4.
What were they?
For actually, Sailor Moon Crystal season 3 was a 10 out of 10 for me. It hit every mark that it should have. It was really good.
Right.
Flip Flappers, obviously, was 10 out of 10 for
Yeah,
me.
that's a very personal 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
Exactly. So it's a hard one to call.
That's definitely, yeah, I feel.
What are the other ones like?
Maybe ReZero? Did that hit you?
No,
Or
for me that was
no?
a solid 8 because The last few
Hey,
episodes
okay,
kind of
that's
annoyed
reasonable.
me.
Yeah, that's fine.
What
See,
else?
you said solid 8, yet apparently me saying light 7 is wrong.
Now,
I hate you
just-
guys so much.
I
Hey,
say
I never
solid
dissed it.
things, heaps. But a light 7? What's a light 7? Wow.
I explained it. It's like a definite 6, but it could be a 7. Depends how it goes. Oh my god.
Fair enough. Anyway, so Scum's Wish. Can we talk about it, please? God, it's been like bugging me for like last week.
Oh,
I
I
need
want
to talk
to.
about it.
I want to tell my 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, go for it. You go for your 10 out of 10.
Jeez, fire.
Okay.
All right. Well, I
Insane.
usually don't give 10 out of 10s, and I've only just given some like in the last month. I was like, no, I'm gonna bump some up to 10 out of 10. That's Neon Genesis Evangelion, Oran High School Host Club, and Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. They're my only 10s.
Alright. I feel you with one of them. I definitely feel you with one of them. My 10 out of 10s. Spirited Away, because I watched that in year 9 over 3 classes, and that was my first anime exposure, quote unquote. Actually, it wasn't really, but I absolutely loved it, like how everything happened. Oran School Host Club, High School Host Club, 10 out of 10.
Good.
Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, or Your Lie in April, 10 out of 10. I had to force myself not to cry because I was watching it when I was meant to be in bed. I was watching it on my phone, and I tried so hard not to cry, and I cried a little bit, and yeah. Something you guys missed. I'm not sure if you've seen it, and I'm very shocked that you haven't said it. But Kimi no Nawa, 10 out of 10 for me. Like that struck every chord right, and I loved that so much. Kimi no Nawa, and it was in Melbourne, and I had no one to see it with. I didn't go alone. I didn't want to go with like some, I don't know, like one of my mates. I still want to go with him, and I'm like, oh. And my last two, probably gonna hate me for them, is Scum's Wish, 10 out of 10 so far, and You're Nice. And a couple of 9s that you guys probably questioned me about is Fairy Tail. Shit.
So many 9s.
There are a lot of 9s, yes.
But we'll stick for 10s.
See,
Oh,
for
that
me,
and Seiren. Seiren's a 9 for me.
Are you serious?
I love
That
Seiren.
show is so bad.
I was
Bloody
gonna
hell.
I was gonna suggest Seiren, but you have to watch the 4 episodes, not 3. So
Really?
yes,
Hmm.
for the 4th episode seals it all together. It's a 4-bit story kind of thing.
Okay, I'll have to give it a shot
Okay.
again, I suppose.
Yeah, and it'd probably be better now to watch it. It's probably one of those animes you have to watch at once, like we were talking about before. Okay, Scum's Wish. Let's talk about it. Yay!
Way to leave out the rest of us.
Oh yeah, sorry, Hugh. I thought because you didn't use anime list, but yeah, go ahead. Tell us your 10 out of 10s, and Scott as well.
There wouldn't be too many on the list. I think 10 out of 10.
Alright.
One of them would be Kill la Kill. I think it's just
Yeah.
Oh, 100% for me there too.
solid. Like I don't have any faults with that at all.
Nah, so brilliant, that show.
Yeah, there's not too many others that were really up there enough that I'd be like, yep, like definite rewatch this like every day. Maybe Konosuba season 1.
Yep.
Yeah, season 1.
Because I'm pretty sure I've watched that at least 6 times, if not more.
Season. Yeah.
Saki for me as well.
Yeah.
Gave that a 9.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really too many that I'll go back. Be like, fantastic. So, a lot of 9s.
A lot of 9s, not too many 10s. I feel, definitely feel. Scott, your 10s. Do you have any? Do you have any 10s?
Just by going off memory, they're pretty popular ones though. There's Code Geass, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and nah.
Yeah, no.
I enjoyed it, but it's not a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'll probably just stick with them for the moment.
Alright, is there anyone we didn't go through?
I have a
think it's
couple,
everyone.
which Fade Zero is my favorite all time that no one else really seems to have watched.
I haven't seen it.
I'm saying it.
And Psycho Pass, Death
Except for the
Parade.
second season.
Oh, Death Parade, good choice.
Yeah, Psycho Pass first season. I haven't seen the second season, but I've heard bad
refuse
things.
to.
On Blu-ray, and first season not on Blu-ray. How about that?
I would
And
probably
then-
put Love Live's Sunshine in my top 10. Actually, like that's better than the original series. I don't
Top
know
10
why.
or 10 out of 10?
No, one of my top 10. Would put in my top like
So not 10 out of 10.
I don't know. Like I just love Sunshine. I think the storyline was way better than the original.
Love Line Sunshine to me was pretty garbage in comparison.
Are you kidding?
It was good. It was really good. I gave it a 9 and I gave School Idol Project a 9. But School Idol Project, oh, yes,
Jesus
everything
Christ.
was nice, and I loved it. And Sunshine was Kanan getting 0 screen time but being my favorite girl of all time, and Marty saying shiny and pretty bomb head and his joke.
But I love both.
And Chica being absolutely cringe and ugly and bleh. And You Wanna Be,
Yeah.
I found that quite hilarious. You Wanna Be. And everyone's favorite, Zoro. Zoro. You can't hate her. You can't.
Favorite. I would agree with Lana actually with Neon Genesis Evangelion. That to me was the epiphany of anime. Like that was just unbelievable. It was so brilliantly done. Like I just wish I had that on like Blu-ray or DVD. Like the movies can't even compare to the TV series. Like the TV series just was the most iconic show for that generation, and it sticks with you. Like it stuck with me for years after I dropped anime and things like that. But that one, man, that messed me up by the end. It was just like crazy how it messed your head up. So good though.
Tell you what else messes your head up? Scum's Wish.
Oh,
Let's
let's get
talk
on
about
to
that.
it.
Let's get on
Let's
to
talk
that.
about it.
Because, wait, who here? So, have we all seen Scum's Wish?
No,
Yes.
Poor Scott.
it's boring as batshit.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're playing with my heart. You're playing with them. You're pulling my heartstrings. Oh.
Should we do a little round table of Scum's Wish thing we did? I think everyone's caught up. Scott listens in anyway, but
Yeah.
I think everyone else
I'm
caught
going
up.
to go get ice cream, so do whatever.
Fair enough. We'll call you back in a minute.
All right. So, have you everyone here seen Scum's Wish?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's start with Lana. Lana, your thoughts?
Lana didn't say anything. It's funny.
I don't want to go first.
I'll just be like, oh, the whole time. So, I feel like Hugh has some nice opinions on Scum's Wish. He has nice opinions on anime. I like him. So go ahead.
Oh
Hugh.
yeah, May.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely this latest episode. Definitely interesting. A lot of content to sort of fill it in. I don't hate the teacher as much as I did. Like, sure she's the bitch, but the way that I think it was Mugi described it, It's just like he saw that, like he could see like she was that, and then just describes it as like someone who's broken, someone who needs someone there, and it's like, yeah, no, I can see that. Like,
Yeah.
sure, you're a bitch, you fuck with people's emotions, but that's because you emotionally in yourself are like, yeah, like you need to feel that affection. So it's like, okay, that's one way of doing it, and then sort of like near the end of the episode where she like fucks fucking. Can I? I don't know.
The Sensei guy.
Yeah, yeah. Like, okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
felt what she did right at the end was a bit like,
Man,
Like-
that was.
Head's gonna roll.
yeah. But then it's like, okay, and then it's like the rest of it was like kind of made sense with how a progression would go. Like, very surprised that Moogie would call up fucking whatever her name is, the blonde short-haired chick with the big
May.
tits. Yeah, her. And yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, that went that way, and then
Yeah.
in the end, it's like, okay, whatever. Here's an episode.
All right. Lana, you're second now. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I just. Why the hell does Moogie still like the teacher? Like, he knows how bloody awful she is. Yet, like, why? Why would you like that? Yeah. I don't know. For me, like, I really like Moogie, so it's like when he blatantly says that he already knows how terrible of a person she is, I just suddenly now can't like him. It's just like, what are you
See-
doing?
Good point, because like in the fourth episode, you know, like, or was it the third episode? I think it was the third episode, because we didn't see Moogie in the fourth episode. In the third episode, he knew, like, you know how that teacher went out on the date with the other guy and
Oh,
stuff, and it was pissing off Hanabi like so much. Like, she was like, "What's going? Like, this guy is with, you know, her. Like, shouldn't she feel some sort of emotion, kind of thing?" And Moogie's like, "Oh yeah, he's like, you know, one of her students. I don't think much of it." I would have been like Hanabi. I would have been like, "Dude, what?" Like, and then it kind of was explained more in the fifth episode. Like, he knew already what her type of character was.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Lana.
That's kind of like Mookie as a character in general as well. I feel like he's very aware.
But it's all right. I'll wait till my thoughts. Anyway, keep going, Lana.
Continue, Lana.
Oh, that's about all I have is just my frustration at that.
And frustration as well, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I guess it's my turn then, really.
Go ahead.
Oh, what an episode that was, though. That was just holy shit. Like, I mean, you know, the teachers are more. I think she's probably one of the top 5 worst characters, like the ones you really hate, but you know there's going to be like something redeeming about her, but I can't see it at this time. Like, every action she does, everything she does is pure selfishness, pure evil. Like, she only cares for herself and things like that. And it's really scary because, like, for me, I love Hanabi. Like, I think she's my favorite girl. I want to protect her at all costs, kind of thing. Like, she's so innocent, but yet so influenced by all these actions and scenarios and things like that. Like, she's becoming this teacher character. She's turning into this teacher character, and I think she's actually developing some sort of feelings towards Moogie. Like, she has that connection. Like,
Definitely.
she's definitely
Easy.
questioning the relationship she has with, say, Etchan, because she doesn't feel comfortable as opposed to what she does with Moogie. And I think she's not realizing that she's got a thing for Moogie. Like, and I think Moogie's starting to realize that he possibly could have a thing for Hanabi as well. Like, you could see that kind of in the recent episode, but I don't think Hanabi's at that point in herself. Like, that she wants to take that. I think she's still in her mind. She wants that relationship with the teacher, and there's no like actual break for her kind of thing. Like she can't personally move on until she's got that last bit of
Closure.
she ticked that closure kind of thing. Like she needs that closure in order to move on. And her trying to find comfort in Echan and Mugi, she's getting herself way too confused, and it's she needs that closure from that guy in order to move on, and she wants to move on. Like you can see the pain she's going through at the moment. Like she definitely wants to move on. She just doesn't know how to move on, and it's really sad because she's ready to kind of take that step, but she doesn't have that closure. And you could see from the fifth episode, like um, I think she personally, I can't remember from the manga. I need to go back. I think she lost her V card to Mugi. I can't recall. Um, and that's what I don't
The
know. That whole
scene.
scene to me was
That's weird.
really, really confusing to me. Like because
Well, I mean, with that,
did they
Mu-
go further in that act, or was it like
Mugi asks
cut off
her,
at
"Are
just
you a
before that
virgin?"
point kind of thing? Like yeah, I don't know. It was really hard. Like but it was really interesting to see like Mugi actually putting that question towards Hanabi, asking, "Should we start dating now?" But I don't know. I loved it. I loved the episode. I loved it. Like the differences between like Hanabi and Akan's story. Like you see the teacher's side, and then you see like Hanabi's side, and then you see them like kind of come together at the end of the episode, and yet one person has upped the ante. It's like kind of like a game they're playing towards each other now. Like I thought that was just so cleverly done, and um, yeah, I don't know. It's just so good, so good. I hate that it's just so hard to watch, but it's just brilliant. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I loved the episode. I think it was great.
Maybe.
I'm scared of what's going to happen next week, but I mean
Yeah.
this week, sorry. But yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster to the max. I love it.
Am I the only one left?
Frankie.
Frankie?
Well, I watched 4 and 5 back to back when I got home tonight, which maybe was not the best thing to do.
All the emotions.
No, well, I've just written down it was all sex and internal monologues, and I don't really like anyone, and that kind of makes me not enjoy things if I don't really like people. So I didn't really get much out of these ones, except the really good background music and
Oh,
that bit they play near the end of episodes that sounds a bit like Twin Peaks.
yeah, I'm with you on that. That little like lead up towards the end credits is that they did that with Flip Flappers as well, and that's what makes an anime is when you like that lead up kind of thing, and it's just like, oh my god, I love the ending theme though. I think that is like the best ending theme I've ever heard in a long time. It even like beats Flip Flappers ending theme, and that was great for me. But this Scum's Wish one, unbelievable. Like, and I love that they're using it in the live action as well. So it's just like it ties together so well. Oh, but yeah, I'm with you on that one, Frankie, with that lead up into the ending credits. Oh my god, love the background music and everything. So good. That's what makes it for me.
It was like I tweeted earlier after I watched the episode, because I only watched it tonight, that the audio engineering in this series, like, it tells a story almost as much as the story does. Like,
Yeah.
the music does set out of the music, the build ups to like moments and confrontations, and the subtle like pauses and all those like small things add up to like you could be watching a movie and you get the same sort of stuff. Like it is just so well done, which I think that helps make the anime what it is.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Music is good quality. Alright, is that all you got, Frankie?
Pretty much.
Where do you think the series is going to go though? Like, what do you? Because I mean, I have read it, but I'm like, it's completely like different. I suppose how to make it with the anime. Like, where do you see this going? Like, do
Nowhere
you
fast.
see? Oh, like, I don't want Mugi and the teacher to get together. I think that's such a bullshit way to go. But
They won't.
I hope not. I really hope not
Yeah.
because that would suck.
I'm waiting for a school
Alright.
days ending.
Oh, Jesus. I reckon one of them will end
Mm.
up pregnant. That's my theory. Whether it be like the teacher or the blonde friend or Hanabi herself. One of them will end up knocked up.
Echan.
Okay.
Onwards.
Okay. You triggered me. Not in a bad way, but I
Go
want
on.
to get
Say
stuff
your
off my
piece.
chest.
Here we go. Get comfy, guys.
Echan is best girl forever and ever. Oh my god, yes. Please. I love Echan so much. Her emotional turmoil inside herself and just her as a character is absolutely amazing. I love that there is Yuri in the show, obviously. Well, not obviously, but yeah, I love that it's Yuri in the show. It helped me as a person. Like, there's not much Yuri stuff out there. Luckily, Citrus is gonna get a anime adaptation. I need to finish the manga on that. Another story, another time. Anabi as a character is very, I want to say caustic. That right word, maybe very sensitive as well.
Definitely.
She, well, maybe even volatile, in the internal sense as a character by herself. She gets quite confused and frustrated when things aren't looked at from her point of view. Hanabi as well is definitely a very confused character. She doesn't know what she wants. She thinks she
But
does.
she's best girl. Best girl.
Echan's best girl.
100%.
She doesn't know what she wants. No, it's like no. She has no control over herself. I mean, like she did it with Ed-chan. Like, I mean, I guess what you call Mugi and Hanabi's relationship, I guess could be an open relationship. It could be. I mean,
It's a form of.
form of, yeah, definitely, because they haven't officially stated it, but they quote unquote cheated on each other, and they're completely fine with it. I mean, come on. The teacher as a character, she's a slag. I hate her, but I love her at the same time. And I say this because her character is a bitch. She's a straight out cunt, but it's done well. It's done in a way where it's meant to be. It's driven towards the viewer that she has a thing out for Hanabi for no reason, and it's clearly emphasized that she goes to any lengths to just try and fuck with this girl, only because she likes the teacher. She only goes after people that like someone else. She wants like to. It's kind of like a war with the teacher, with the bitch. I'm gonna call it a bitch, with the bitch. She only goes for people that have other people interested in them. Like she wants to be loved more than someone else. She wants to feel special because she's better than someone. And her as a character is very well done, but she's a fucking bitch, and I hope she dies in a hole. Um, Mugi, on the other sense, I feel like he knows what he wants. He wants a teacher, straight up. Like I know Hanabi wants a teacher also, but I feel like Mugi's more set on it. I feel like Mugi is more clear cut on the whole. I'll use you as a whole,
Yeah, but
and
I don't know about that because I think he's starting to like realize that it's not
yeah,
just this anymore. Like he's like especially in the fifth episode, you can
yeah, the
see
fifth
he was
episode,
like thinking about like, is this really what I want kind of thing? Like, is
yeah,
this
and
gonna give substance kind of thing?
Hanabi
So
as
he's
well definitely thinks that.
yeah.
Hanabi being, I want to say, because the stereotype of a female going to come out and sense that they're usually more emotional and they're usually more compassionate. I want to say when it comes to these types of things. Of course, I'm just only banging on stereotypes here, but I feel like movies finally coming around. I don't think though they're gonna do anything of the sort until later on, maybe episode 8. Um, I feel like they're gonna have sex. I do
Yeah,
want them to. I
Well, I
want.
mean, they tried.
they tried and
I mean,
didn't
he
work
got it
out.
halfway in. I want to say.
Yeah,
Don't know about the use lube, for Christ's sake.
but
I want Echan to have more screen time, a lot more screen time in the bed with
oh jeez.
Hanabi or anyone really. It could be anyone. Like
See, for me
the
though,
if
she's a
Echan,
bitch though, because
who
she is using
who's a bitch?
gay. Echan. Like
I can see why you think that,
she
but
definitely is. There is no doubt in my mind that she's using her knowing that Hanabi is vulnerable and she's just like lashing out and like, going to anywhere she can find comfort. And she's taking full advantage of that for her own personal gain. That's really that's bullshit.
but in the same way, you can say that yeah, she's a bitch for doing that. But Hanabi also lets her do that, and again, like it touches on her being vulnerable. But Hanabi, in the sense, also let her do it because she wanted the same feeling reciprocated, which, in my term, makes it like making both bitches in that sense, then both scum, because they both want endearment, comfort, etc. But I feel like Echan actually loves her. Obviously, I guess it's pretty obvious that Echan actually loves her heaps and wants to do anything with her, date her, etc.
I
And
don't even think it's love though. I think she's just obsessed with her and she's just confused.
I can't see it being lost. A stalkerish thought, maybe?
I don't know. I thought it was pretty stalkerish that she kept following Hanabi and Mugi around before this whole
Well,
thing
I
happened.
mean, I always had eyes on my crushes in school. Like,
But to
I
the
didn't
point of
stalk them.
following them home.
Oh, no.
Mm.
No, okay, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, see, yeah, Echan's kind of stalkerish.
Plus, it's the way, just like, I think it was 4th episode. It was pretty much like
No,
her
fifth, isn't it?
whole attitude was like, I know you don't like me like that, but fuck
Yeah.
it, who cares?
Yeah, it was.
Exactly.
That's
That's
what
what
it.
pissed me off. So she's just as bad. She's scum. She's actually
Everyone
scum.
is
So
scum.
well,
Everyone
yeah.
is scum, Farah. Everyone's scum. Everyone is except for the guy teacher. He's
Yeah, what's his deal? Like,
He's
he's
just dumb.
rigid.
does he know
He's
that Hanabi likes him though?
No.
yeah.
Oh,
I
maybe
feel
a
like,
little.
I feel like little. I feel like
Actually, yeah,
he knows
because
she likes him, but he doesn't think of it as her liking him. I reckon he thinks of more of it as brother respect, love kind of thing. Not as in
yeah.
I want his dick inside me really bad love.
Jesus.
Cool.
Okay.
Keep in mind he did call Akane Hana.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, that was the best. I freaked out. I paused it for like a solid minute. I was freaking
Wait a
out.
minute. Did that happen?
Yes. Yeah. He
Oh my
called the
god.
teacher Hanabi and or whatever. And
It
oh my
was
Oh,
god.
I missed that
just
too.
I
just
missed
after
that.
she passed out. Well, not passed out, fell
Yeah.
over being drunk.
Yes.
I missed that
Yes.
completely. Holy
No,
shit.
go back and watch it. When they get drunk and
Yeah.
she falls over and he lands in her arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lands in his arms
Mm.
and he's like, "Are you okay, Hanabi?" And they freak out and oh my god, it was so good.
How did I
And
miss that?
that's the moment where Akane goes from like, oh fuck this guy, he's pretty boring, to being like, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this even more.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was the exact
god.
moment in her head.
Oh, I mean,
She
she
said that.
smiled at it,
Yeah, she's like,
and then she kissed him.
Yeah,
How the hell did I miss that bit?
and then they fucked.
Yeah.
Jeez. But no, seriously, don't know how I missed that bit completely. Like,
I
shit.
missed it as well, actually.
Near
So.
the end.
Well, it looks like I know what I'll be watching tonight. God. Oh my god.
Yeah,
But
it did happen.
I still feel like that is that case. So he must have some feelings for her, but in the same sense, it might not
That's
be
pedophilia.
the same. It's probably not a sexual feeling. It's just a general
It's
like
more
I
of
care
a
for this person feeling.
it's not
Hmm.
shonen eye. It's like, is it seinen eye?
I
Or
don't
by
know.
shoujo? No, shoujo eye. Shoujo eye. More of an emotional. Oh no, that's fucking lesbian. But you know what I mean, like an emotional relationship
I
instead
don't
of
know.
Has
Whatever.
a sexual relationship.
has there been
Yeah,
an anime on the similar lines as Scum's Wish like this? Like in terms of all the sexual content and things like that. Like
it's R17.
I because I wouldn't even play School Days in this type of anime. Like School Days was just a mess.
It
But
it it's borderline hentai. Oh, it's borderline hentai, maybe. If they showed stuff, it'd be
see,
hentai.
I thought that too. But like the way it's done, it's
It's
kind of
like an adult drama almost.
yeah.
It's seinen.
That's well, I wouldn't even
It
call
is
it
cat.
hentai though.
It's etchy. At 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 its peak, it's etchy.
Yeah, it
But for
wouldn't
the most
be.
part, it's saying
It's not
it's
hentai because
mature.
you don't actually say anything.
Nah, you
I
see
mean, the
anything.
first episode you kind of do though.
Exactly.
Not really.
I think
You
you
don't see
see
any actual
more.
penetration.
I
True.
think you see more when Ed-chan and
And
Hanabi
her,
do it.
yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen that in an anime. Like that's
No.
a first for me. So
I mean, we did watch
um
Valkyrie Drive.
no, but in saying that though, like Cross Ange had scenes in that sense too.
Crosshands,
And
the first 3 episodes were like
yeah.
total BDSM. I dropped it after that. I dropped it after the first 3 episodes. But I loved it a lot. Not sure about you, but I know it was a bit extreme for me actually. But yeah,
It toned down like after those first few episodes, pretty good. But no, but like in terms of like the content that this show has, like has there been an anime like this? Like I mean, School Days, yeah,
Not
they
that
do
there,
I'm
have
aware
sex and
of.
stuff,
if
but like,
Citrus gets its anime adaptation, there'll be another
oh
one
my
coming.
god, I hope it does.
I've been reading the manga. Yeah,
I've heard about that one, and that apparently is
it's
really good.
it's not extreme lesbian. It's moderate, but like they do it, and it's really confusing as well. I find that the manga's quite hard to follow. That's me reading manga for the first time, I guess. And
Well, I
You
think it
have
goes.
to be careful with
Yeah,
manga.
I think it goes back to my comparison last week, which it seems very similar to like a visual novel. Whereas you find a lot of visual novels often have this kind of content where it's like very story and emotional based with the fucking and the sexual
yeah,
relations and whatnot.
And for some reason, like those scenes to me, like as shocking as they are, it it's not as bad as it would be. Like okay, those scenes are pretty full on. Like you're like whoa, but it's to the point where it's like actually it tells the story in a way. Like it makes
Yeah,
it more realistic and more personal. And
it's not
like
there for the
this,
sake of it.
yeah, and like this shit does happen. It's not like this. It's
It's not Valkyrie
very
Drive.
realistic. This type of show. No, this is very much like
yeah.
this is real life. This shit does happen. Like
That's something I wanted to say, but I forgot.
and
Well, that's sort of
it's
like
like the live action.
yeah.
Like there's certain things.
So
So,
the whole anime sort of gives
but
off that
if you
like
watch,
real life vibe.
yeah, I like that. I like that about that show. That's what it
It
draws
makes
me
it
to the show.
relatable.
It's so realistic. It's so real.
It gives you emotions about things that you didn't know you had emotions about. Or that you did have emotions about from repressed. Hello?
He's not talking. It's fine. We're gonna wrap it up anyway.
Hello.
Hello. We're about to say goodbye, actually.
I
here.
don't know whether my Discord died or my internet died.
Me too. Alright, so
I think it was
this-
Discord.
yeah, this week's
Where
person's
was
Fiona.
I in my conversation?
Did we finish that up? I'm not sure. I forgot.
Well, this is gonna be shit recording.
Yeah, sadly. Regardless, though, yeah, this week was BTOOOM, ran by me. Hopefully, Fiona can make it fully next week. We'll have to see, because Fiona is a very hard person to grab onto. Sadly, but you know what?
Should we have a backup in case she can't do it?
Okay, I'm gonna roll it again.
Yeah.
Rolled a 4. Who was 4?
Frankie.
Crap. Frankie.
Was I? I thought I was 2.
No, there
Yeah.
was Hugh then.
Wait,
That was
so does
Hugh.
that mean we're going to be watching 2 things?
No,
Hugh was
if
2.
Fiona doesn't pull through, Hugh can pick the anime.
Okay.
It's Frankie.
So Fiona pick an anime, and no, Fiona will be here for
What?
her discussion part later on anyway.
Yeah.
She's here for
Can
as
we
long as she
do
was
2
now.
anime this week?
No,
Oh no, I
Please don't.
struggled with 1.
Or are we just thinking one? Okay. fair
Maybe-
enough.
maybe one
We,
day.
we
can-
made 2
maybe 1 week
hours
we
with
can-
1.
Yeah.
True that.
Oh,
True
well.
that.
Yes. So anyway, that's the end of this week's thing. Hopefully, none of my wallpapers get copyright. There's no sounds, but there might be video copyright.
Damn
So
it.
Hugh, I'm gonna hope you come in clutch.
Mine's good
little
up
bit.
Oh my
until
god, I
the
love
last like 5 minutes.
Lana's name on
Yeah.
Twitter.
That's fine.
Awesome. Well, thank you for discussion tonight, guys. Really interesting.
Yeah, discussion was pretty mint. Hopefully next week could be even better, and the rest of them will be better than the last ones, and so forth and so forth.
Hopefully we can
So,
get
yeah,
some more
that's
people
all
in
for
next
tonight.
week.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, that's
Yeah.
all for
Agreed.
tonight, basically.
Although, in
And-
saying that, though, we had
yeah.
yeah.
That's just a different day.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.